Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel, and today guys I'm doing a paid review. This is for a company called ATOWAK, A-T-O-W-A-K. ATOWAK. And basically, I must make a true confession there. They provided a product for me to do a product review. If you want to check out the stock from ATOWAK, go to ATOWAK.com. ATOWAK. I'll put the link down in the description. Okay, basically, what is this? It's a wristwatch. It's an interesting watch. It's an economy funky watch. So it comes in this beautiful box. It comes in this beautiful box. And just hang on, guys. Hang on. I got to do the whole thing. So it actually came to me in this here, which was the ATOWAK box, which is quite cool. It's cool. It was wrapped pretty well. The ATOWAK itself there. I mean, they're trying to go to, trying to improve the quality. It comes in a nice, look, when you're a small micro brand and you're trying your best, it costs money. These bags here are not free, so it's trying to give you a boutique experience. The ATOWAK bag there, very nice. Shit. It comes with a warranty card there, and it comes in, what is this, leather? Maybe leatherette, but it's leather looking. It's quite a interesting, funky sort of, it's a little bit tight there. It's the only, if it was just a smidgen shaved, it would fit beautifully, but quite, actually I'll put the warranty card in there. ATOWAK. So it is kind of, look, the box isn't garbage. It's reasonable quality. Yeah, it's nice enough there. So that's the box. Now, what does the watch look like? Wow, very, very interesting indeed. There we go. So it uses, that's the 60 minutes, and it's got this hand that tells you the hour, and that corresponds to the minutes. So I gotta be totally honest with you. This is kind of like a budget priced Erwick. Is that what it's an Erwick. What's the time now? It's 7. Oops, it's 6 actually. 6:53. 6:53. There we go, down there. It's quite. I must. Okay, there we go. That's the movement. It's got a sapphire back. 34 atmoms. Whatever. What's that? 34 atmoms. I'll just have to change glasses. So I think it's got a Myota movement there. All the micro brands kind of use that thing there. It's actually quite a nice rumble to it. It's not terrible. It's kind of, yeah, it's actually got a ticking. Look, it's an automatic kind of, it's an automatic watch there. ATOWAK. It's kind of cool. It's cool. The price point it is limited launch. If you go to the ATOWAK website, they got a 50% discount code there. It's okay. So why do I think of this piece here? Well, you know, obviously, it's not Patek, Rolex, Omega, Tag Heuer level. This is it's micro brand. It's a micro brand. A micro brand. So it's a micro brand. So in some ways there, it's 34 ATM water resistance is 30 meters. 30. Oh, okay. So 34. Sorry, what is that? 34. Can I swim with a 3 ATM? How many ATMs is this? Let me just double check this, guys. So it's actually saying it's 34. Oh, 3 ATM, sorry. So 30 meter water resistance. Okay, so it's splash resistance. Okay, so that's splash resistant. You wouldn't want to swim in that. Not waterproof at all. Okay, because it doesn't have a screw-in crown. Fair enough. The ATOWAK has got their logo on the strap. The strap is, look, unfortunately it's a little bit cheap how they've done that. It would have been nice if that was a bit more flush there. But look, it's a PVD coated case. It actually presents fairly decently. It actually presents fairly decency. So I got to be honest with you here. The ATOWAK sort of product there. Yeah, it's what can I say there? It's inspired by the unmistakable supercar elements. I think that's possibly they're using a Bugatti Veyron. So what does it use here? Let's look at the key points. Supercar hood inspired case. Okay. Racetrack curved profile. 4-arm wandering hour display. Yeah. Swiss Superluminova. That's the coating. Redesigned Mayota 9015 movement. Luxury Italian leather strap. Yes, the strap is quite nice. 316L steel, stainless steel, 2-year international warranty. So I gotta be honest with you. Look, it's funky as fike. It is funky. It is out there. It's a micro brand. It's an inexpensive micro brand. Is it something I'd wear? Look, I'm ArchieLuxury. I'm the pontiff. I wear Patek Philippe. I mean, I'm not trying to put this watch down, but I wear a Rolex as my everyday beater. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Milgauss. It's not in the same league. It's nowhere in that league, but in the 1,000. Okay, so this watch here, how much is it then? So looking at their website there, they're about the $650 US normally. So, I don't think that's terrible. It says wandering arm complications are the most complicated and intriguing time display in watchmaking. Offer is often reserved for very, very high end. Most are over $10,000 US. Okay, so they present this. I think at the price, to be completely honest with you, at the sub $1,600 range, I think they've priced it pretty damn fair. And the Mayota movement, that's a workhorse for many companies, so you're not going to get stuck not getting parts for it. I think it's semi decent. I think it's a semi-decent watch. you've got to pitch it at the right price point. Is this a Rolex alternative? Of course not. Is it an Omega alternative? No bloody way in the world. No way in the world. It's no way in the world, is it? Is it that kind of standard? It's not like that at all. I think you've got to peg it at where it is. I mean, this type of watch, for me, as a serious haute horology collector, it's not my cup of tea. But this is a perfect watch for a 19-year-old who wants something cool and different. It's a fun watch. I like it because it gets people into the hobby. Yes, it's not a brand name. The real competition with this is, would you buy a Seiko or would you buy this? And that's an interesting one. It's an interesting one that I've kind of thought about, but it is so funky. It is so funky that I kind of like it. Now, I'm not telling you this is the next thing. I don't know. I think the guys have done a reasonable job, and it is a nice piece, but, you know, it has its limitations. So I would seriously say, at the price point it is, I think it's an okay watch. It's an okay watch. I quite like it. I've done some tests on it, and it actually keeps accurate time. As I've just been filming this, I've wound it because it died, and now it's coming up to 7 o'clock. So it actually, you can see it there with how the two arms work there. It is really, really clever. It is clever. It's a clever design there. What do I think of it? I think it's pretty good at the price point. It's the red. I like the red. They've also got it in silver blue, navy blue. They got it in dark green and silver black. I kind of like the red. The red is cool. The red is very cool. Look, they're all pretty good there. As far as it goes, is it a good watch? I think anything that's not an Apple Watch is a good watch to get people into the hobby and to the spirit of collecting. I think it's probably, with the Miyota movement, it's probably going to be pretty damn accurate. So 600 US, under 1,000 Aussie. Yeah, I think it's an okay novel watch. And I mean that. Please don't dish me and say, Archie sold out. I'm not selling out saying it's this. I got this as a free gift. This was the gift they gave me. And actually, look at that. It's even got quick release spring bars there. I mean, that's kind of nice. It is. That is actually very nice. It is a nice watch. Yeah, it is. It is actually very decent. It's decent. It's not a Patek. It's not an Omega. But at that price point, I think it's interesting. And with the Miyota movement, it's going to work. It's funky. It gets someone into the hobby. So I see this as a stepping stone into the hobby. So do I like it? Do I hate it? I think I actually do. So let's give a bit of a tally here. What would I give the packaging? I would give the packaging, seriously, I'd give it about a 6. I'd give it a 7, which is reasonable. What do I give the watch itself? Okay, the aesthetics itself. I reckon it's probably about a 7. It's really unique. It's funky. It's cool. What would I give the quality, the leather strap? I'd probably give the leather strap. Unfortunately, it's let down by that retainer there. It's that cheapens it a bit. I'd say it's about a 5, the strap. The actual watch itself, I've got to tell you, I'm actually really impressed with. For the price point, I'm not comparing it to a Rolex or a Patek Philippe. I'm comparing it to that micro brand $600 mark, US mark point. I think it's probably a 7. a 7 out of 10. So overall, I'd give this watch about a 7 out of 10. I think it is actually quite a reasonable watch at that price point. Is it going to be collectible? Probably not. Is it going to be a great money spin? Are you going to make a lot of money at it? Probably not. But in the same token, it's reasonable quality. You're not paying huge margins because they're selling direct through their website. So in that regards there, it is reasonable. I think it's reasonable priced. I think for this company to design it, from go to woe, to launch it, get this product out there, I actually think it's pretty damn good. So I'd say, look, I think it's an interesting thing. I'm not selling out, guys. I'm not selling out. I'm just telling you the truth. In that micro brand segment, in that price point, I think it's not an Urwick. It never will be. It's not an MB&F. It never ever will be. But at the price point it sits, I think it's reasonable. Would I buy one? Look, I collect Pateks and Rolex and higher end pieces. Would I buy one as a gift? Possibly. I don't normally give gifts, okay? I'm not that well off, okay? But I'm actually going to, I tell you what I do with these watches I get for free. I don't really need them. I actually asked my sons if they wanted it. This is my 14 and 15. They said, no. I got a friend of mine. Actually, it's the lady who does the Elite Luxury. Alice, she's got a son, 19-year-old son. And I was going to give it to him. So that's a good. I don't want to just keep them in the cupboard. I like to, if I get free gifts to do a review, I like to give them to people. And I did the same thing for Nigel Honey. Nige Reviews. Remember Nige? I gave his son one of the, what was that, quartz? The quartz vintage one. What the hell was Undone? I gave him an Undone. I gave Suckerhorn an Undone, and I gave Suckerhorn a Seiko for his son. I give this shit out because there's no point keeping it. What am I going to do with all this stuff? So I actually give it out. So I'm going to give this away, and I think it's going to be a nice gift. It's going to be a good gift. So there you go, guys. That's my opinion. I'm ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. And remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads. Please get a paid review, $50. I'll tell you what I think. The good, the bad, the ugly. I will see you in the next one.
All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, any me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck.
Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. Some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.